Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning, all of you. Hello. Satyam, you raised your hand. You want to ask anything? Satyam? Hello? Hello? Hello, can
Yes, ma'am.
you want to ask anything, Satyam? Hello? Okay, so Aryan Kumar, 9B. Uh,
Yes, ma'am.
so what strange laws existed in the kingdom of fools? You were present yesterday, Aryan?
No, ma'am.
Why?
And because of a network problem.
Okay. Because of network.
Ma'am, can I?
Okay, Janvi, answer. What strange law?
Uh, the strange law was that everyone work at night and sleep at the daytime.
And one more thing.
Everything cost a single doo.
Yes, very good. So, very strange laws existed in the kingdom of fools. Uh, People used to sleep during the day and work at night, and everything cost the same. Nothing was cheap. Nothing was expensive. Okay. So, okay. Harshvardhan. Harshvardhan.
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
Uh,
ma'am.
why why was there a disagreement between the guru and the disciple? किस
Ma'am, there was a disagreement between the guru and the disciple because guru, uh, uh, guru, guru realized that this is a kingdom of fools and we cannot survive, and they cannot survive there. But the disciple was not ready to listen guru, and he was he was attracted by the chief goats, and therefore he wanted to stay there.
Yes, very good, Harshvardhan. So there was a disagreement between the guru and the disciple. The guru said it is not safe to stay in this kingdom because foolish people are dangerous. Both king and the ministers are fools, and it is very dangerous to stay here. But the disciple wanted to stay there because food was very cheap. He was a greedy person. Okay, yes. So. Uh, what happened when the thief entered the house of the merchant? Who will answer? Hashita Raj.
I'm Srija.
Uh, Hashita. Wait, let me see. Someone who doesn't respond. Uh, Ashutosh Kumar. Ashutosh. Ashutosh Kumar joined the meeting and gone somewhere. Ashutosh Kumar. Okay, Anurag Roy. Anurag, can you hear? Can you, Anurag?
Yes, ma'am.
Uh, so, what happened when the thief entered the house of the merchant to steal? What happened?
Ma'am, please repeat the question.
The question is, what happened when the thief entered the house of the merchant to steal? One day the thief broke
Ma'am,
in.
he made a hole in the wall and sneaked in.
Yes,
Uh, as he was carrying the loot, the wall of the old house collapsed on his head and killed him on the spot.
yes. So when he was stealing money from the house of the rich merchant, the wall collapsed and fell on him, and he died on the spot. So, what appeal did the thief's brother make to the king? Srija?
Ma'am, the thief's brother said that that his brother had died, and the fault had been the merchants because he was unable to build a strong wall.
Yes. Yes. So the thief's brother said that it was the merchant's fault that he had built the weak wall which killed his brother. So, okay. Next question. Ashutosh Kumar? Ashish Kumar, have you answered today? Okay. Ayush Kumar, 9B. Ayush Kumar? Hello. Okay. Ashish Raj. Ashish
Yes,
Raj,
ma'am.
what happened when the merchant was called? The merchant was called for having a weak wall which killed the thief. What did he reply when he was called to the king's court?
And when the merchant was called to the king's court, he started accusing. He started talking about the past when when his house was built. He
Yes.
started. He told the king that it was not his fault. It was the fault of the man who built his house.
Okay. Okay, yes, very good. So, Ashish, your answer is correct. He said that it was not his fault, it was the fault of the bricklayer who had constructed the weak wall. What happened when the bricklayer was called? Who will answer? Harshita? Aditi, Naini? Aditi Kumari? Aditi? अभी किसने आंसर? आशीष राज, जानवी, श्रीजा. What about others? Aryan Kumar, 9B. आशीष राज, हर्षवर्धन, ये सब लोग ने तो आंसर किया ही है. ओके, हर्षवर्धन, यू आंसर.
Yes,
हर्षवर्धन.
ma'am. Ma'am, when the bricklayer came into the king's court, he made another excuse and blamed on a girl, which and blamed on the girl, and says that when he was making the wall of the rich merchant, the girl, a dancing girl, goes up and down with with her jingling necklace, and he couldn't keep his mind and eyes on working of in the working in the constructing of the house, and always keep the mind of and always keep his mind and eyes into the girl, which made the which had resulted in making of a fault wall.
Okay, yes, Harshvardhan, your answer is correct. Uh, Only that for the dancing girl, you should use the word who. The dancing girl who, not which, because which is used for
Yes,
which
ma'am.
Non-living things.
non.
Non-living things.
Yes, it's all right. Small grammatical mistakes don't matter. The thing is that you should respond, because you are not being scolded that if you give the wrong answer, or if your answer is not perfect, at least you should try. Okay. So uh, yes, the Blame was passing from one person to the other, from the rich merchant to the bricklayer. Then from the bricklayer passed on the blame to the dancing girl. He said that she walked up and down the street when I was working and distracted me with the jingling sound of her anklet, that is the jewelry worn at the ankles. Uh, so anklet is the jewelry worn at the ankles. This Now the blame has passed to the dancing girl. Now the king, he doesn't have his own mind. He is a foolish king. He just keeps on changing his judgment now and then. So now he says that yes, now it is the fault of the dancing girl. You're right, the case deepens. We must look into it. It is not easy to judge such complicated cases. So he says that now the case has become very complicated. Let's get that dancer wherever she is. So he said that yes, the now the dancing girl is the culprit because she distracted the bricklayer, and that is why he constructed a weak wall. So the dancing girl was called. Now she had become an old woman, came trembling. So she was just trembling, shaking due to fear. So here, trembling means shaking due to fear. So you tremble due to cold, you tremble also due to fear. So कांपना, तो यहाँ डर से कांपना. Here the meaning of trembling is shaking due to fear. So this old woman, she was very scared because she knows that the king is foolish. He will not listen to logic and reason. He will do whatever he likes. So she was very scared. She came trembling to the court. Did you walk up and down that street many years ago while this poor man was building a wall? Did you see him? So the king questioned the dancing girl whether she had really walked in that street where the wall was being built. Yes, my lord, I remember it very well. So the dancing girl accepted that she had walked up and down the street when the bricklayer was laying the wall. So you did walk up and down with your anklets jingling. You were young and you distracted him. So he said that at that time you were young, you were beautiful, you distracted this man by the sound of your anklets, uh, by the sound of your jewelry. That is why he built a bad wall. It has fallen on a poor burglar and killed him. So now the king says to the dancing girl that you are the real culprit. That uh, because of you only this man built a weak wall which has killed a poor burglar. Hmm? uh, and killed him. You have killed an innocent man. See the king's judgment. He's saying the burglar innocent. The burglar uh, entered into the rich merchant's house to steal, and he is calling this burglar innocent man. So this itself reveals how foolish the king is. You will have to be punished. So he says to the dancing girl that you are the culprit. You will have to be punished. She thought for a minute and said, my lord, wait. I know now why I was walking up and down that street. So everyone have their own explanations to give. So this dancing girl also has an explanation. She said that she had given some gold to the goldsmith uh, to make some jewelry for me. He was a lazy scoundrel. So scoundrel means
A rogue person.
a dishonest person. Scoundrel. You can write the meaning if you have your book in front or your copy. A dishonest person. So scoundrel means dishonest. So she said that I had given some gold to the goldsmith. goldsmith is the person who makes gold jewelry, सुनार जिसको कहते हैं. Hmm? So the dancing girl said कि I had given some gold to the goldsmith to make some jewelry, and he did not give those jewelry on time. He said he would give it now and he would give it then. मतलब वो हर दिन जो है टाल मटोल कर रहा था कि आज बना के देंगे, कल देंगे, and so on all day. He made me walk up and down to his house a dozen times. So this man, he was a very dishonest person. He did not give the jewelry on time. So the dancing girl had to make many visits uh, to the house of the goldsmith. बार बार जो है उसे जाना पड़ा गोल्डस्मिथ के घर. क्यों? क्योंकि उसने गहने टाइम पे बनाया ही नहीं. हर दिन वो टाल मटोल करता कि कल आओ, परसों आओ. तो every day he would just tell the dancing girl to come the next day and the next day, and he made me walk up and down his house a dozen times. Okay, so now a dancing girl puts the blame on dancing, yes, puts the blame on the goldsmith. कि गोल्डस्मिथ ने गहने टाइम पे नहीं दिए, इसीलिए उसे बार बार उस गली से गुजरना पड़ा. तो that was when this bricklayer saw me. It is not my fault, my lord, it is the damned goldsmith's fault. uh, Damned goldsmith fault. So she expresses her anger. Damned is just a word which is used to express anger at something or someone. So she said that it was the fault of the goldsmith. Poor thing, she is absolutely right, thought the king. अब राजा के पास अपना दिमाग तो था नहीं. जो दूसरे लोग कहें वो उसी को विश्वास कर लेता था. So he said, poor thing, she is absolutely right, thought the king, weighing the evidence. We have got the real culprit at last. Now he said that now we have got the real culprit, the wrongdoer. Get the goldsmith wherever he is hiding at once. So he said that go and bring the goldsmith wherever he is hiding at once. The king's bailiffs means the officer who follows court orders. So the king's officers search for the goldsmith. The king's bailiffs searched for the goldsmith who was hiding in a corner of his shop. Now somehow this message had reached the goldsmith that he is being searched. So he was hiding in a corner of his shop. When he heard the accusation against him, he had his own story to tell. So when he heard the accusation, he had his own story to tell. हर जो भी राजा के पास लाया जाता था उसका अपना एक कहानी होता था. तो गोल्डस्मिथ का भी अपना कहानी था. So my lord, he said, I am a poor goldsmith. It is true, I made this dancer come many times to my door. I gave her excuses because I couldn't finish making her jewelry before I finished the rich merchant's orders. So he said that uh, he couldn't give the girl's jewelry on time because a rich merchant forced him to do his work first. तो उसने कहा कि जो धनी व्यापारी था उसने उसे कंपेल किया उसका काम पहले करने के लिए. Because I couldn't finish making before I finished making the rich merchants' orders. They had a wedding coming and they wouldn't wait. अब रिच मर्चेंट ने उसे कंपेल किया, क्योंकि रिच मर्चेंट के घर में शादी थी, wedding, and he did not want to wait. They wouldn't wait. You know how impatient rich men are. So he said that rich men are very impatient. हाँ, उसने अपना ऑर्डर बाद में दिया, लेकिन गोल्डस्मिथ को कंपेल किया उसका काम पहले करने के लिए. So he said that now this goldsmith passes on the blame to the rich merchant. He said that he had compelled him to do his work first, due to which the work of the dancing girl was delayed. So who is this rich merchant who kept you from finishing this poor woman's jewelry? So the blame is passing from one person to the other, huh? From the merchant to the bricklayer, from the bricklayer to the dancing girl, and now from the dancing girl to the goldsmith. So and uh, the goldsmith again passes the blame to the rich merchant, who said that he said that it was the fault of the rich merchant. Now the king says, who is this rich merchant who kept you from finishing this poor woman's jewelry, made her walk up and down, which distracted this bricklayer, which made a mess of this wall, which has now fallen on an innocent man and killed him. See, look at the foolish king calling the thief innocent. Hmm. So अब उसने now the king was angry with the rich merchant. He said that uh, now I think that it is the rich merchant's fault, because he only made you do make his jewelry first, due to which this woman had to walk in the street so many times, and due to that the bricklayer got distracted and built a weak wall which killed an innocent man. So now can you name him? उसने कहा कि वो rich merchant को का नाम बताने के लिए. The goldsmith named the merchant, and he was none other than the original owner of the house whose wall had fallen. Now you see, now who was this merchant? He was the same merchant whose wall had fallen and killed the thief. So now again the blame has come back to the same person from where it had started. हाँ? फिर घूम फिर के ब्लेम कहाँ चला आया? वही
मर्चेंट के
merchant
ऊपर.
पर. हाँ, वही मर्चेंट के ऊपर जिसके वॉल से वो थीफ की डेथ हुई थी. Original owner of the house whose wall had fallen. Now justice had come full circle, thought the king back to the merchant. Now the merchant was rudely called back to the court. He arrived crying. Now this merchant, now he thinks that uh, first time somehow he escaped punishment, बट इस बार जो है पनिशमेंट से बचना मुश्किल है, ऐसा जो है उस मर्चेंट को आभास हो रहा था. तो ही अराइव्ड क्राइंग, इट वाजंट मी बट माय फादर हु ऑर्डर्ड द ज्वेलरी, ही इज डेड, आई एम इनोसेंट. सो he said that I had not ordered the jewelry, it was my father who had ordered, and now he is dead, I am innocent. Hmm? But the king consulted his minister and ruled decisively. It is true your father is the true murderer. He is dead, but somebody must be punished in his place. तो किंग ने अपने मिनिस्टर से कंसल्ट किया and ruled decisively with firmly. Decisively means firmly, with strictly. So decisively, it is true your father is the true murderer. he is dead, but somebody must be punished in his place. Look at the foolish king. He's saying कि ठीक है तुम्हारे father जो है वो culprit हैं, अब he is no more, तो लेकिन किसी को तो punishment मिलना चाहिए. You have inherited everything from that criminal father. So he said that you have got all the wealth from your father. Inherit means to get something legally. A son inherits the property of his father. So inherit means to get something legally. तो उसने कहा, राजा ने कहा कि तुम्हें अपने फादर का सारा वेल्थ मिला, तो उसके पाप के भागीदार भी तुम ही हो. You have anything, you have inherited everything from that criminal father of yours, his riches as well as his sins. So what did the king say? That because you have inherited the wealth of your father, so you have inherited his sins also. Sins matlab kya?
Pap.
Immoral deeds. Okay. Inherited to get something
Legally.
legal. So he said that uh, uh, your father is no more, लेकिन तुम्हें अपने फादर का सारा धन मिला, तो अपने फादर के पाप के भागीदार भी तुम ही हो. As well as his sins. I knew at once, even when I first set eyes on you, that you were the root of this horrible crime. उसने राजा ने कहा कि मैंने तुम्हें देखते ही पहचान लिया था कि तुम ही इस सब के जड़ हो. Root of this horrible crime. You must die. So now the king passed his final judgment that now everything is final. The first time I saw you, I understood that you were the real criminal. You are the root of this horrible crime. Uh, you are the root of this horrible crime. You must die. And he ordered a new stake to be made. Stake means what? Okay. So, just a minute. Are you writing the word meanings in your copy?
Yes, ma'am.
बारिश में घूम रहे हैं. ठीक है.
Hello. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So, a post with pointed ends to punish someone. So, now the king gave his final judgment. What was the king's final judgment?
To execute the merchant.
Yes. So the king gave his final judgment. It was to punish this merchant. Execution means to give a legal punishment. Okay, as the servant sharpened the stake. So now the servants were sharpening the stake, the pointed ends, because that was the way that the criminal was going to be punished, by piercing those ends. Got it ready for the final impaling. So impaling also means to pierce something sharp. Okay, so he was going to be punished by piercing the sharp object. It occurred to the minister that the rich merchant was somehow too thin to be properly executed on the stake. Now, what problem occurred? The rich merchant was very thin and he did not fit on the stake. So, everything was made ready for punishment. But what happened? Everything was made ready for punishment, but the stake was,
The merchant was too thin for the stake.
yes, the merchant was somehow too thin to be properly executed on the snake. He appealed to the king's common sense. So what he said to the king, that sir, please have some common sense. I cannot fit on the stake, so please leave me. Common sense. This is the picture of the dancing girl, jingling anklets. Okay. So he said that, sir, use your common sense. Please don't punish me because I cannot fit on the stake. Now this rich merchant also knows that the king is a foolish king. Maybe if I say something nonsense, he will believe me. So he said that, don't punish me because I am very thin for this stake. Appeal to the king's common sense. The king too worried about it. Now the king was worried. After such a long procedure, he was able to get the culprit. And now what happened? After he got the culprit, अब एक नया प्रॉब्लम खड़ा हो गया. तो किंग भी बहुत worried थे. What shall we do, he said, when suddenly it struck him that all they needed to do was to find a man fat enough to fit the stake. Now look at the foolish king. अब मर्चेंट को कल्प्रिट मान लिया गया. अब वो फिट नहीं हो रहा, तो किसी ना किसी को तो पनिशमेंट देना है. तो कोई भी एक ऐसा आदमी को खोजो जो मोटा हो और वो स्टेक में फिट हो जाए. Now it doesn't matter whether the man has done the crime or not. The king said that search a fat man who will fit the stake and he will be punished. So you can just imagine how foolish the king is. So, okay, we will continue tomorrow. Mending the class. It's
Okay, ma'am.
okay. Okay.